Hi, everybody. It is your girl, the Cyn Show, also known as Cyn. How is everybody doing today? Welcome back to Heal Thy Co. And it's another beautiful day. Today is Thursday, October 17th. Could you believe it? Time is flying. And I bet some of you guys who have been viewing, which I completely appreciate because that lets me know people are interested. And I think you guys are doing the work. I think you guys are doing the work. And I'm down, honey. I'm down. Clearly, I'm the one who's given. So I just have to say thank you so much. And this, again, like I said, is letting me know that it's a thing. And you probably are doing this as part of your 90 days. It's lock in energy. You're on challenges. You want to see a new you for 2025. I commend you. Hmm? I commend you as I'm also doing it myself. And you know what's really funny about this? I'm sorry to segue, but I got to say it. Consistency. Consistency. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. So, ladies and gents, viewers, the audience, the people, them who are watching, doing the work, I am so proud of you. You are stepping in, you're stepping up, you're stepping on, you're stepping over. Okay. And you are making consistency your best friend. And I have to just say it before I completely forgot or forget. So I had just had a nap and got myself together so I can do this video. And a thought came over me while I was kind of trying to not get into REM. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have a nap too long, or else you screwed. Because I got other shit to do. But I had been thinking about some things that I'm setting up for myself, like ultrasounds and all these oscopies and things. And now that I'm in my 40s, it's a gag. It's a gag. But back in the day, with my body yada yada, honey, I didn't even have to worry, yari yari. But now it's giving like ahem, ahem. I'm like, ah, shit. Now I feel like probably some of you guys can relate. And so it kind of just basically had me thinking, like, it's really funny that we're really these spirits, my guy. We're really just these spirits, and we tend to forget that we have this fleshy thing that is helping us to move around that we actually do have to kind of take care of over time. And what we take for granted is how good our bodies were to us as we were growing up. And some of us were doing really good about it, doing the work and taking care of ourselves and eating the right foods and doing the exercise and getting outside. Some of us were not. Some of us are homebodies. Okay. I may look cute and thin, but honey, a couch has got me in. Okay. So, and it just really had me saying to myself, yeah, like I, as I say this to myself, I'm saying this to you too. We, the spirit bodies, we mustn't forget that we were given this flesh to walk around with for a hot minute until it's time. And to not allow your body to be a stranger to you, but for it to be your friend. It is your mate. Truly, it's what you got until death do you part. Ain't that a gag? Anyway, so everybody, welcome back. I wanted to kind of get into that and then get out of that, but I just wanted to kind of give you that. And for those of you guys who are new, I am the Cyn Show. I hope that you guys always keep coming back. And the reason why I ask that you keep coming back is because we are doing things differently here. I have created this space for Heal Thy Code to build this community so that we can deal with personal traumas. And initially, I was obviously doing this so that I can help to heal myself. And I figured out a cool way for me to address these things. And so each day I pulled 3 cards and we address these cards. These guidance cards is what I call them now. When I started this channel, actually, when I came back on this channel and started posting it, I was like, what are these flashcards? What are these oracle cards? What are these like? They're not really tarot cards because I don't have anything on it, but they are definitely guidance. So I'm going to call them guidance cards. So we pull 3 a day and we address them. And we answer the three questions so that we go to the root, which is what mom told me, or maybe what she never told me, what dad will never know, and what I know to be true. And so I want you, the viewer, to understand that when I created this game, I was obviously thinking about my own parents and guardians over time. And I did not grow up with my father. I was raised by a single mother. I love her. She's so cool. And that took me time. That took me time to realize. But she's the bomb.com. And and the whole thing of what I know to be true was really where it came down to. That was where I understood that's my job. My parents, my aunts, my uncles, those who raised my family, my sisters and I, gave us a lot of cool tools to walk around with in life. Some of them good, some of them bad. And we had to figure out which one of these tools are we going to take to continue on in our lives. And sometimes we don't even realize that when we go through certain traumas that are caused not by others and also by ourselves, we it would be advised to really get to the to root of it, get to the root of it, get to the root of it, and to also let it go and to find your justice any way you can. Um, I do know that with this channel, I want you to understand that we deal with very sensitive topics. And some of the topics in my guidance cards are, they could be triggering. So because I do leave the comments open, I leave it open for those who are willing and who are brave enough to share. Knowledge is power, and there is your wisdom. And so, yeah, keep it cute. So let's get started, yeah? So I hope everyone is doing good today. And I encourage you while you watch these videos to keep a journal by you, keep a notebook by you. Maybe it's on your phone, maybe it's on your laptop, wherever it's at. I want you to write down any thoughts and insights that may come to mind. And then you'll be circling the one that really rings true. And you'll know what that means when I say rings true for you. You'll really feel that energy. And usually it's what you know to be true. You might want to start there. You could want to start there. Or maybe you'll realize you're probably starting with what mom told you or never told you. Or maybe you're realizing it probably always was about, what dad would never know because he never knew. Right? First card. Oh, dad never knows this. Here we go. Getting in the mood, initiating sex. What mom told me about getting in the mood and initiating sex, especially when you're in a relationship. Or maybe what she never told me. Maybe she never told me anything about this. What dad will never know, which I think we should leave him out because that's kind of gross. But hey, if it happened, well, dad will never know about this energy, initiating sex. And what I know to be true about this, getting in the mood, initiating sex with my partner. Okay, that's the first card. The good husband, the good boy. What mom told me about being the good boy and about being a good husband. What dad will never know about being a good boy and about being a good husband. What I know to be true about this good boy energy, this good husband energy. Card number 2. If you know, you know. Another thing I'd like you to know, I guess, in the end of the day is that because these are guidance cards, we are intuitively using our own guidance as we are looking at these. Okay. So I guess at the same time, I'm the one drawing the cards, but I'm intuitively doing this with you too. So There we go. All right. Okay. Last one. Being an extrovert. Being an extrovert. Being out there all the time. FOMO. That's what I call it. That's how I feel about an extrovert. Like always got to be out there. Always got to be seen. Always got to do something. Always, 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 always. What mom told me about being an extrovert. What she never told me about being an extrovert. What dad will never know about being an extrovert. And what I know to be true about being an extrovert. This is very interesting. I'm going to keep it real with you. Yellow, when I think about yellow and I think about chakras, I intuitively am going straight towards sacral. Sacral is very much about confidence and self esteem. And it's not to say that that is what I'm looking for, looking at, but I do find it interesting about these energies, about how these energies can also aggravate that energy center and possibly cause trauma to that part of ourself. I guess in a way, very much geared out to my brothers, my brothers, my brothers, my brothers. If you are in here, let's talk. What did mom tell me about this? About being the good boy, the good husband, about getting in the mood and initiating sex, and about being an extrovert? Or what did she not tell me about these things? What will dad never ever know about these things? Was did he embody any of this? Did you watch and pick it up subconsciously and consciously? Remember, I tell you all the time, we're doing both. We can be picky choosy with what we want to take in consciously, but subconsciously, honey, it's already locked and loaded. And did you try to apply it? And maybe it didn't work, or it worked so well. It worked so well that you didn't realize it was creating something detrimental. What I know to be true. What do you know? Sorry, I got itch my nose. What do you know to be true about this? About being an extrovert? Is it tiring? Is it concerning for others? Or maybe for you? Do you feel the need to always be around people and are scared of being by yourself? What is wrong with being by yourself? There's nothing wrong with being by yourself, actually. Low key, that's what life is going to be mainly about. It's always, like I said in some of my previous videos, it's your perspective all day, every day, 24/7, 365, and 366 on a leap year, right? So let's try one. Maybe I might do the extrovert because I'm a lady. So I wouldn't know too much about it. But actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. What mom told me about being about the good boy and maybe having a good husband. Good boys are kind and respectful, and so I guess are good husbands and protective, and they provide in their own ways the best ways that they can. Good boys are very, they're cool. I guess that's all I can say about that. What dad will never know about this energy. Mm, again, is that maybe at one time he was a really good boy. Maybe when he grew up, he used to be a good boy. He was a good boy, you know. But over time, things change people. Experiences change people. Other people's choices and decisions that they do to you can change you. What I know to be true about this is that there's a lot of innocence in being a good boy who sometimes can be traumatized because you're so good that people can take advantage of your kindness. I know. Even I felt that as I said that. And you could just be living your life out here, holding on to what was done to you because you were such a good boy. You didn't want to aggravate anybody, you didn't want to draw any attention to what people could have done because you were so kind and kind hearted. Now, as you've grown into the good husband, you're probably only showing a certain aspect of yourself, but deep down inside is suffering. Remember, I told you about that journal? Write it down. Insights and thoughts, thoughts and insights. I'm going to pull out, ladies, if you happen to have a good husband, just remember that sometimes good husbands don't always talk about what happened. There's a lot of suffering, a lot of internal suffering that a lot of men will hold on to and harbor and turn and use for abuse in their own way, but still somehow look like the good husband. I'm not trying to say like, I'm not trying to cape for them like that. I'm not trying to cape for abuse. You know what I'm saying? But I think I want you to just be mindful. Remember that whole thing about being mindful, be demure. Be mindful. Check in. Check in. You never know when they are ready to talk. You never know, but at least you checked in. It's not always about you. No shade. Trust me, I obviously am going to be watching these videos of myself again to be like, remember when you told everybody it ain't about you? Yeah, yeah. Yes, I do watch my own videos. It's good wisdom. I'm kicking good knowledge, you know? But like I said, it's about these energies. And sometimes these energies can cause traumas. And we don't realize the buildup of these traumas. We don't realize how they harbor within us, well within us. We don't realize how we may lash out because we don't know how to deal with these things. Even initiating sex, vulnerability, y'all. And when you've gone through so much, this, especially when you're in the mood, is hard. I'm sure. And maybe I'm saying for some, I'm not saying for all, because some of you guys out there have got it. And if you do, please share. Don't be a hoarder with information. Be nice. Let us know how. But I think the biggest way to do it is to just know that, first of all, hey, you're deserving. Number two, especially if you have and you are with somebody that you love and you trust and you're in a very equally yoked relationship, let's keep it real. Let's please keep it real. The dynamics are working, then you shouldn't have any issues with initiating sex because you don't have an issue with being vulnerable, right? But if things have happened to you in the past, you may have a huge truckload of trust issues. And I think if we're getting into a space of evolving into our adulthood, then that means we're going to have a conversation, a real conversation, not just with ourselves, but with our partner, our ride or die, whomever we have in our corner. And if they are about that life, they wouldn't throw that shit in your face. Hopefully. So write them down. Being an extrovert, being a good boy, a good husband, and getting in the mood, initiating sex. Okay? Wow. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know why that hit me, but that hit me, yo. So I guess with that said, sorry, y'all. I put these three to bed. Okay. And we will reconnect again in another new episode where we pull three other cards to address and internalize and clean up. And I know I'm like swimming, but hey, that's kind of like what healing's about too. You just keep swimming, right? Keep floating, um, and keep going, and keep glowing, and keep growing, and keep knowing you're doing well. So, if you are feeling this vibration, subscribe to the channel, join the growing community that is Heal That Co. Hit the like button. Please also do not forget to hit the notification bell so that you also know when new videos are coming. And share, y'all. Sorry, I don't mean to kiss my teeth, but share. Sharing is caring. And also, please follow us on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. It is all in the description box below. Plus, you always know that I also kind of like put a little bit of that blurb at the end of the video. So if you have to pause it, you pause it there. And you can also take advantage of looking down at the description box as well. Um, like I said, I have kind of got another channel if you are super interested in things that are all about life, love, music, being a woman in their 40s, and all that jazz, talking fashion, fragrance, beauty, all that cool stuff. Meet me actually on the Cyn Show. Okay. I decided to keep the things separate because I don't want to confuse you all, especially if you guys are really in it. Let me not. Anyway, so with that being said, I dig you guys. I commend you. Use this as part of your 90 days. You are getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere together. And I will let you know when the guidance cards are completely done and you get to see the real one. I'm so excited. Anyway, talk to you guys later, darling. Bye, love.